Ronald Reagan was the 40th president of the United States. He was born in Illinois and then became an actor. He appeared in over 50 Hollywood films, and then after that, he went on to serve as governor of California for 2 terms, where he won by over 1 million votes. After becoming governor of California, he then went on to run for president of the United States. And he won in 1980 with President Bush as his vice president. In 1981, he was then assassinated, or attempted to be assassinated. He was shot, but he survived through it to finish out his term and another one. He won the presidency when he was 69 years old, the oldest president to ever win. And as president, he started up many new initiatives and did a lot of really good things for the country. One of those was he ended the Cold War with Russia by having the INF Treaty with Mikhail Gorbachev of Russia, and through this he limited the amount of nuclear weapons that America and Russia could have at the time. So by doing this, he ended the expansion of communism and relentlessly told Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down this wall. After that, the Berlin Wall was torn down, and a piece of it still remains at the Reagan Presidential Library, where it is shown off to represent the peace that he brought between the 2 nations and all of the Soviet Empire. After he ended the Cold War, another thing that he did was he initiated Reaganomics. Through Reaganomics, there was reduced growth of government spending, reduced marginal tax rates, reduced regulation on business and economic practices, and he also reduced inflation with this. Now, at the time, the country's economy was very bad, and through the Reaganomics initiative, after a couple of years, it was just as good, if not better than ever. This really helped the entire country with everything that they were doing, and it was one of the greatest and biggest new plans since FDR's New Deal, really changing up the entire country. Another thing that he did was the Peace Through Strength initiative. Now, this revived the B-1 bomber and introduced new weaponry such as more missiles, and it greatly expanded the military budget. President Reagan really thought that peace could only be brought about through a military, and as a powerful man and a great speaker, he talked about this in a Time for Change video, which given through the Reagan Presidential Library, his Time for Choosing speech. This is a small clip of it in which he shows this.
Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance.
This shows Reagan's power as president, but also his ideas to really bring about a peace initiative in a time of war, with the Cold War going on, and also all of the Soviet Empire, and also around the Vietnam era. Now, President Carter, his preceding president, had really weakened the military and decreased the budget of everything and all of the military spending. And through this, it really showed that America was one of the greater superpowers in all of the entire world, and showed that America was the largest military. After this, the INF Treaty, as I spoke about, really eliminated the class of nuclear weapons and brought about peace by not having the Cold War with everyone stocking up on nuclear weapons to destroy the world. So it brought about a peaceful era. Another thing that he did was he took on PATCO. PATCO is the union workers who worked for the airline industry, and they all went on strike. And so he said that this was a peril to national safety, and the union workers were then fired after President Reagan would not back down, and over 11,000 of them lost their jobs in this. And that really shows the power of President Reagan, and that's one of the other good things that he did as president. He was the governor, the 40th president. He started Reaganomics and brought about a great deal of world peace. So as President Reagan leaves the presidency office, we know that the country is in great hands, and that he really did a tremendous job at bringing about world peace and an economic surplus for America. Now, questions.
Well, as someone that really liked Ronald Reagan, what do you think here?
You don't have a question?
I don't
Mom,
have
do you
a
have a
question.
Okay, I was just wondering, whenever the 11,000 people quit, how was he able to fulfill those jobs and continue with the airlines?
Well, through his economic plans, whenever they all quit, he was still able to bring in new workers to fill the positions, and so the entire
They were on
industry
strike.
did not shut down because after standing off on them, the strike ended.
Okay.
They were fired. Do you know the quote that he said that was great when he got shot and he was going into the to the operating room after he got shot? I think it was great where he said, where he's shot in the area. I hope the doctor's not
Can you
Democrat.
stop it? Just stop.
Mom, don't
That
talk.
was
I was
funny.
gonna go ahead and stop.